Hey, do you like trans memes? Do you like watching videos on trans memes or, checking stuff on Reddit? Want to chat about trans memes a little bit? Because I want to chat about trans memes. Kind of the difficulty with doing content in this very specific niche that I see a lot of other people kind of struggle with. And, we have our own struggles with. I mean, you can see from our upload schedule that we have not been that fast at making videos. I've been trying to understand this last little while why, like what my problem is specifically, what I find so hard about it, and doing some soul searching for what I need to do to get past that point so I can just make videos I want to do. And the way I process stuff is to hyperanalyze them and really understand the problems. So I'm taking a look with me. You've been following the trans creator space for some amount of time, whether it's YouTubers or artists on Reddit or Blue Sky, people making hashtag-relatable meme content, right? You've probably seen people come and eventually move on. Maybe they were at the beginning, they were excited about doing stuff in this niche. And then eventually at some point they started getting burnt out or just run out of stuff to do through trans meme stuff. And just want to branch away or maybe do something on the side separately or stop at and completely and do something totally different. But maybe they're also struggling with that because anytime you're in a pigeonhole and you do a big change or suddenly stop doing that, a lot of the time you're going to see some sort of decline or basically numbers go down. And that's regardless of whether or not people like it or not. That just happens. It's just a way algorithms work, but it feels bad. So a lot of people end up feeling stuck. I think that's a really common thing to happen, honestly, in any creative space, but especially it is very apparent when you're in a very specific niche, which trans memes on Reddit is a very specific niche. And there's many factors that go into it, obviously, and everybody has their own specific motivations and passions and, creative interests and reasons and struggles. But I think the big common thing, or at least one of the big common things, is just that there's only so much you can do within the relatable meme format. For some artists, it could be just a 4-panel comic format. It's really just always the same thing and kind of boring after a while. Not that anybody's things is specifically boring, it's just to express and convey yourself right through that format. After a while, it's okay, well, you've done everything you can do with that. I have friends that never fit into that format, right? For some people, that just never worked. It just never really meshed well with how way they wanted to share things and express themselves. But also, I think that just in the well of making relatable content, there's only so many relatable stories or experiences that somebody has to share or even feels passionate or motivated about sharing. It's fun and exciting for a bit, but at some point you run out of things that are hashtag relatable. And so you see people move on eventually. And I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's creators grow. We tend to want to do new and different things and experiment and find ways to further express ourselves. And for making videos too, there's only so many new memes, right? There's a lot of repetition by its own nature. It's just what the format is. You're sharing a lot of things. A lot of it is iteration or repetition. Sometimes it's just reposting. Sometimes it's tweaking and twisting. But there's only so many times you could do that. And there's only so many thoughts and ideas that mainly get prominence, especially when everybody is voting based on what is relatable. So, after a while, you've kind of seen probably everything. And if you're doing a React type video, you've probably reacted to everything. And so there's not really much new to do. And even from the new things that you might have to look at, there might be only so many things that resonate with you that you feel compelled to share or want to share or include in a video. So yeah, we haven't been uploading very often. I think pretty much in all of our videos, we have a little bit where we talk about, we're struggling or we're trying to upload more and we want to, but it just keeps taking us a long time and hopefully we'll get faster. And yeah, clearly that hasn't panned out. And some part of the problem, I think, is everything I just talked about. But that's not just it for us. I think our difficulty lies in what our goal is with our videos. What are we trying to do and accomplish with them? And there isn't a right or wrong here. It's just what are people trying to accomplish creatively? What are we trying to make or create or express through a video about trans memes? Are we documenting or sharing the best ones that we find? Are we trying to create like a video archive of what people are sharing and talking about in the moment? Are we making jokes or like trying to form comedy around them? Are we transforming this in some way, in our own way? Like, are we even interested in having it be transformative? Are we sharing a message? These are all the things that I think about and that I've thought about, like, honestly, from day one when making these videos and any form of content, honestly. But from the beginning, I've always seen what we are trying to do with our videos as just taking a chance to express ourselves. Honestly, our different videos have been kind of a healing process for us. The memes have always just been a jumping off point, where if they flicker some light inside of us, we try to hold on to that and try to think about like what resonated with us with that, like what made us emotional, what were our thoughts for that and feelings. But our videos have never really been about the memes specifically, I guess. So we're not trying to archive and share things that we're finding. Honestly, I don't even go on the subreddit that often. I never have. I mean, I do sometimes, and I like it, but I don't have my pulse on that, I guess. Like, I'm just kind of a casual enjoyer of trans memes. You know, I think most of our creative journey over the last couple of years, like honestly 5+ years, has been a journey of learning how to express ourselves and be genuine to ourselves and to share that genuineness. So what I put in my videos is my genuine self at that moment. To use a term that Yuko's used, that's my North Star. It's just express myself genuinely. But see, here's where that gets hard. When I'm stressed and struggling and feeling really worn down and just overall not in a great mood, when my mental health isn't that great, I don't have much to share positively. And it makes it really hard to do these kind of videos the way that I like to do them and the way that feels good to do them. It feels awful to push past and fake being happy. And it goes against my whole reason for doing this stuff of be genuine to myself. So like, it just feels bad. If I force myself and I just try to like, oh, you know, just fake being happy or just try to go with emotions and do it and see if we could just like manage to keep up, I'm not being genuine to myself. And so I just can't do it. Technically I can do it, obviously, but I've recorded lots of times or tried to record lots of times that just felt really bad. Like I felt like shit afterwards. I would delete the footage, or maybe it just like is still literally sitting in my hard drive. And if I'm doing that, then I'm inhibiting myself. I'm not letting myself be myself, and that kills my spirit. And if I let myself be genuine in those times, I'm just going to end up being a huge downer. You know, I'll crash out, and that's not good either. It feels bad. I don't want to like make a video where I'm start dooming and just being upset. That's not productive. It's not healing for me, and I don't think it would be very helpful or healing or, you know, nice to see for anybody else. So I can't really win. This hasn't actually impacted my ability to stream, somewhat surprisingly. And I think that's because like I'm not alone when I'm streaming, and I have other people to talk to and bounce off of. And a lot of that process and like getting to connect with people in that moment genuinely usually brings up my mood. That's healing for me in a different way, but it needs somebody else there. And in that format where I can get into that flow state. But yeah, when I'm left alone, I can be a pretty depressed bitch. That's the major reason why we don't end up uploading very often. It's not the editing load. Like, honestly, the editing doesn't take me that long. I can hammer out the videos in like a week, if not a little bit more. Even with all the different editing and like special effects and experimentation I like to do to like make the things visually pop and be dynamic. It's not even necessarily that we're running out of things to say, although it kind of is that too. Like, I don't get out much. I don't do things. I don't have many shareable experiences. A lot of that stuff I don't come up with on the fly. Like, maybe I'll have things to talk about in the moment when something kind of triggers something in me or resonates, which is why the trans meme stuff works for me, I think, because like I said, it's a jumping off point. But yeah, the main thing is just that like our creative passion and drive for what we do in our videos makes it hard to do it when we are not in the right mental state for it, like all the time, or even most of the time. We even kind of like sketched out this comic and then commissioned Aaron Comics to actually make it a comic to like try to somewhat process it. Although when I did that, I wasn't like totally thinking of the whole picture. We were just kind of depressed and struggling with a lot of like self-doubt and all that. I've been trying to figure out like what we can do to make this easier. Maybe different kinds of videos. People have suggested trying to do like video essays or literally info dumps or rants, or just like talk about Bionicles or talk about blueprints or go on a rant about The Witness. Oh, okay, those were actually my ideas, I guess, but you know what I mean. Whatever. Or maybe focus on like affirming videos, like offer compassionate affirmations for people. Let people know they're not alone and that they're loved and that they're appreciated. You put kindness back into the world and the kindness comes back to you in some way. And I don't know. Nothing totally has resonated with me. Not super driven to do anything specifically so far. The affirmation ones too, I think it's just not really us. Not that we don't like to do it, but like I said, I don't like to fake things. And I feel like if I did that specifically, it would feel very disingenuous to us. And so it would feel kind of weird. But honestly, I think just videos like this, kind of what we need. And maybe we'll like do other things that kind of catch our interest as time goes on. But just like taking some time to talk things out. Basically what we already do in our videos, but taking away all the pretense of, I guess trans memes, even though this video is about trans memes, but you know what I mean. This is also what I do on stream, I share thoughts and ideas, kind of go with the flow. Sometimes I find things to talk about, sometimes I don't really find things to talk about that are that important, but I could think doing on YouTube like this, where I can then edit it and like maybe think about beforehand what I want to say, is a bit more structured than what I end up doing on stream. Now, is this video likely to do very well in YouTube's algorithm? No, I doubt it. I'd be really surprised, but I really doubt it. Like I talked about earlier about being like in a niche. If you're in a niche and you do something different, even just like different format, or what a lot of YouTubers find or do who are doing trans meme stuff is like they do a different subreddit. They do furry IRL instead of trans IRL. There's no trans IRL. I don't know. R// trans. They do something different, they see that their numbers aren't as good. And that feels bad, and that always feels like that's, communication that they shouldn't do that anymore, that didn't perform well. Even though that's not really what that means, not in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't really matter how good or bad the video was, it was different, so it's not gonna do with the algorithm. Oftentimes you just kind of have to push through that, but like, it's hard to do. Even logically knowing this and understanding this and believing this, when I look at the numbers of this video and I see they aren't as high, I'm probably gonna be like, oh man. And mind you, I purposefully pigeonholed myself in this. Like I started this channel with the sole purpose and like creative vision of I want to make trans meme videos of this format that look like this, that are a chance for me to express myself in this way that I've been thinking about, that obviously is inspired by like OT and other people, but it's my own flavor. But, I think that also not uploading for like months at a time the way that I do is also not good for my channel, so who cares? I don't really care. That's what's been in my mind and what I've been struggling with. And that's why I struggle to make videos and why I can't keep up. And honestly, I think I should just accept that I'm never going to be able to make videos like multiple times a month, or even a month, or video a month. At least not the trans meme videos like I want to do. And if you see other people in the creative spaces, like whether they're friends or just artists you like to follow, YouTubers or whatever, like struggling with this kind of thing, be kind to them. If you haven't seen somebody's art in a while in the subreddits you like to follow, or like a YouTube video post from people you like to watch, go check their socials. Go see if they're doing other stuff that maybe they stopped. Maybe they found some creative passion to like follow through with, and they're following their dream with that, and probably always can use support from people. And if you're a creator or artist and you're listening to this, hi. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? I don't know if you get what I'm talking about with all of this, or know where I'm coming from. Like, you're not alone, and try not to look at the numbers too much. Like, God, social media sucks. All the numbers suck. Don't look at the stupid top 10 video, like performing videos. Don't use that as a measure of like whether or not your video did well or not. If you upload a video and ends up on like rank 10, don't see that as a negative, okay? The expectation shouldn't be that everything you do be a #1 best like hit that you've ever uploaded. That's not feasible and not attainable. It'll happen sometimes. It'll happen for periods of time, and it'll feel really good when it does. And then it won't happen for a bit. And that might have nothing to do with you or your content or how good you're doing. It might have nothing to do with like whether or not people liked or disliked your videos. It's just things change outside of your control, you know? I'll probably make more videos about content creation because like I do think about a lot of this stuff a lot and have been thinking about this for like 10 or 15 years. Not that it makes me an expert in any of this, but like, I don't know, it's nice to share the thoughts and feelings and like my understandings of stuff and my perspective. Just like it's nice to hear other people's perspectives and their understanding. But yeah, I don't know, if this totally bombs my channel, like if this doesn't get any views, maybe I'll just put these in like another channel. Maybe it'll be time for like Lunazera 2. But until then, take care, everybody. Bye.